In today's video, we're taking a look at how to install the Victron Cerbo GX, easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and you said to yourself, this is the last day. I will walk to my RV, shed, off-grid cabin, trailer, home, maybe home no, to see what my solar power system is doing. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. 2 blocks away, but a back is a back. So basically, the Victron Cerbo GX is a central hub that allows you to remote monitor and control your Victron energy system all remotely. And this installation method will also work for the Victron Energy Cerbo GX, and they both let you monitor and control remotely your devices. The only difference is that the S version has less ports. So this particular device works on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so that means it's not 5 gigahertz. It provides a signal as well as it can receive a signal. And if we look at the top of the device, we have to the left side, on the top side, an Ethernet port, then followed by 3 VE direct ports, then an HDMI, then 3 USB ports, and then at the bottom, the first 2 ports to the left are VE bus ports. In the middle, we have 2 VE CAN ports, and to the right, we have 2 BMS CAN ports. If we look at the bottom of the device, at the top we have to the left a micro SD card slot. At the bottom to the left we have 4 resistive tank inputs. Then to the right of that we have 4 temperature inputs. Then to the right of that we have 4 digital inputs. And then to the right, the first one to the left, we have a relay 1. To the right of that we have a relay 2 port. And lastly, at the end we have the power in port. As you can see, we don't have a display or a screen, but we have 2 LED lights, one on the top for Wi-Fi indication and one on the bottom for Bluetooth indication. And now these are the things we get in the box. We get the terminal blocks, which 3 are 4-pinned, 2 are 3-pin, and these are the ones that you're going to use for your resistive tank inputs or your temperature inputs or your digital inputs. Next, we have 2 VE CAN terminators, and lastly, we have the power cable with inline fuse. It does come with M8 terminals, but in our case, we decided to cut, strip, and crimp smaller terminals so we can fit on our bus bar. If you want to check out how to cut, strip, and crimp wires, you can check out our initial solar panel complete install video. We'll leave links in the description. And now comes the most important part of the whole video. The Cerbo GX, and not being cheap, does not come with the VE direct cable or any other wire that you might need to connect to any other device, like an Ethernet cable if you want to have a wired connection, or USB, or any other wires that you might need to connect to your device. So before starting the installation process, you want to verify that you have the correct wire for your device. In our case, we're going to connect this to the Victron MPPT 150/45. So with the VE direct cable should be suffice. And now that we filled your brain with data, we're ready for the install. The first thing that we want to do is verify that we have the correct solar power system, because the last thing you want is to upgrade the neighbors. Next, we want to find the spot where we're going to do the install, because the last thing you want on a clear sunny day is to die or have the smell of barbecue on non-barbecue day. The first thing that we want to do is turn off our inverter. If we have any switches that provide energy to the inverter, we want to go ahead and turn that off. Next, we want to turn off our solar panel or cover them. If you have a disconnect switch or a breaker, we want to go ahead and turn that off. And lastly, we want to turn off our charge controller. If you have a breaker or switch for that, we want to turn that off. And remember, a pro tip, when turning off your system, the last one you want to turn off is your charge controller. And if you're reconnecting your system, the first one you want to turn on is your charge controller. This would help protect your system and avoid future headaches in the future. And always remember, having a Watson to help you out with Watson things is always a good idea. In this particular case, we're going to install our power cable to a bus bar. In your case, you can connect your power cable directly to your batteries or battery bank. And the good thing about this device that it can work with a current of 8 volts all the way to 70 volts DC. So that means it can work with your 12 volt, 24 volts, 36 volts, or 48-volt system or any other system all the way up to 70 without having to do anything extra. So in this particular case, we're going to use one of the small screws. You can use one of the big screws and leave the original connection. That's why we cut, strip, and crimp our smaller terminal connector. We're going to start with our negative bus bar, or in your case, it could be the negative terminal of your battery. Now we can proceed to connect the positive on the positive bus bar, or in your case, the positive terminal of your battery. We can go ahead and place our covers on our bus bar. If in your case you were connecting to a battery terminal, then you can go ahead to the next step. And now we're going to take our other end of our power cable, we're going to align it and insert it on our Cerbo GX. This is going to start to provide power to the system. Next, in our case, we're going to connect our VE direct cable first to the Cerbo GX system, and then finally connect the other end to our Victron MPPT VE direct entry port. And now you're wired in. You should start seeing your Cerbo GX device blinking, and in our case, the LED indicators started at orange and then turned green. And now you've done it. You finished the first half. And now that you came back from a well-deserved celebration where you had your bubbly liquid gold sparkling bottle of water, we're ready for the second half of the game. And this is the software installation process. We're going to go in our Victron app, and in your case, you might see the Cerbo GX already on the device list, or like us, you would have to press the orange circle to refresh the page. Once it appears, we can go ahead and press on the device to Cerbo GX. This would take you to the main page. And remember, you want to have your Bluetooth on at this moment. It's going to try to connect, and then it's going to ask you for a pair and connect pin. Usually for Victron products, the general code is 000000 or 6 zeros in a row. But in this particular device, you're going to find on a sticker on the actual device the pin code for your particular device. You want to enter that information. In a pro tip, you do want to change this pin out later on, because do remember, this connects to the internet. So more security, the better. Now that we're connected via Bluetooth to the device, you can also connect via Wi-Fi to the device, but we prefer the Bluetooth because now we can go ahead and set up the first thing, our network. And remember, this is only necessary if you're doing a Wi-Fi connection and not a wired Ethernet cable connection. So we hit the gear icon at the top, then we press network, choose our Wi-Fi connection, and remember it has to be a 2.4 gigahertz, and enter our password. Once we're connected to the internet, then the second thing that we like to do is go to the gear icon once again, and then go to security profile, and then change our security profile from unsecure to secure. This is going to require that you create an encryption pin that for nothing in this world you want to lose. So you want to write that down in different locations, save it in different places if you're going to choose to do so. Once we've done those two important setups, what we like to do next is update the firmware. So for this, we go to remote console. It's going to ask for our device to be flipped sideways. If you notice that the UI does not fit on your screen, you can always click the gear icon on your browser and view on desktop mode. And you can see right away it's live, giving you the information about your particular solar system. In our case, it's nighttime right now, so we don't have any power information coming in. If we notice at the bottom, we have menu, we go ahead and press that. Then we press on settings, then firmware, then we're going to press online updates. Remember, you can also update your Cerbo GX using a micro SD card. Then at the bottom, we're going to see update available, and then it says press to update to the current firmware, which in this case is the V3.52 release. We go ahead and press and wait for the install. Meanwhile, we wait for the install, we can take a look at the new UI. This is an option that you have on your settings that you can change to a new looking UI. And this is something that you can change when you log in online to the VRM. Go to settings, then general, and then all the way at the bottom, you're going to see an option where you can choose your remote console UI from the classic UI or the new UI. And you can change it at any time. And now that we have the new firmware, the next next thing that we like to do is prepare our devices to be able to connect to the Cerbo GX. In our case, we only have one device, the MPPT. In this case, we're going to go ahead and press on that on the main screen. Once connected, we're going to press the gear icon on the top right. Then we're going to see all the way at the bottom the VE Smart Networking. We're going to go ahead and press on that, and then we're going to see Create Network. We're going to go ahead and give it a name, and that should let your particular device connect to the Cerbo GX network. And what this does is that now you can see your device from anywhere in the world. If we go to our main screen on our Victron app and then go to VRM at the top, then we click on Cerbo GX, and once connected to the Cerbo GX, then we press devices. We're going to see a list of devices that we have connected in the network. We go ahead in our case and press on the MPPT, and we can see our device just like we would if we were next to the device and connect remotely via Bluetooth. And lastly, what we like to do is create our online profile so we can access this from anywhere in the world. We go back to our Cerbo GX main screen. All the way at the bottom, we click on VRM Online Portal. This is going to take us to the Victron Energy website, where we can choose to log in if we already have a login, or if this is your first time, we go ahead and create a login. And in some cases, depending on your browser, you might get a warning of your connection not being private. Depending on your system, if you have a public network or a private network, in our case, because we're connecting locally to our network, we can go ahead and press Advanced and continue to connect. And remember, depending on your case, this might differ. You always want to verify with a professional when doing professional things. And now you've done it. You have all the information about your system at a glance in your fingertips. And now you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. There's nothing about connectivity, remoteness that you can't handle anywhere in the world. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.